The porno magazine that they're putting in is Hairy Guys Ass Illustrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to only allow one, I would think that's the one, you know, probably.
It's a good magazine, though.
It is a good, you know...
It's not all just pictures of hairy guys' ass.
The articles are good, actually.
Yeah, I just read it for hairy guys' ass.
Well, see, that's you, Andy. Just people are all different.
He was telling me before the show, last week he went to the hairy guy's ass mansion.
It was great. Why didn't you... Andy has all the fun. He gets to all the big celebrity parties.
Right. Him and Jimmy Kahn.
You're picking Dole because he can do an impression.
Yeah,
you know, your reasons aren't much better.
If I was going to pick a guy just because he showered with a lot of black guys, I'd pick Andy or something like that, you know? You know?
People don't have to know that.
No, he used to play ball. He used to play college ball.
Sure, he was, yeah. In every branch of the armed forces.
Do you have a hero?
Norman Fell from Three's Company.
That's your hero?
Yeah. Mr. Roper. Yeah.
No, Mr. Roper?
Yeah.
That's not a good hero.
That's all I got.
Better than this guy's hero is some gay porn actor. Anyway.
What are you talking about? What?
I don't know.
Insane.
No. That doesn't mean a guy's gay. I'm not saying that. Because a guy watches gay porn all the time?
Cut to a single. Just of Norm, really?
Gay porn. I enjoy gay porn. I'm not gay. Gay porn is a genre that just cuts across all demographics. You know? Young people, old people, straight people, the gay people enjoy it. Everybody likes gay porn. But this guy really likes it.
Ruined my reputation, you know.
I'll
Just
tell you
in
something.
passing.
This guy is not gay. If anybody's not gay, it's this guy.
Oh, I'm so...
Seriously.
I am so totally straight. Oh, yeah.
No, you are.
I love the ladies.
No, he does. No, he likes girls. Before I start with my jokes, I just want to say, like, I said a thing on last show about Andy enjoying gay porn.
Right, I remember you saying that.
And I thought later that was just a stupid thing to do.
Well, I guess it was all forgotten until you just brought it up.
So, he doesn't like gay porn, you know? He doesn't like gay porn. So anyway.
I can't stand gay porn.
Right. You have to give up stuff on Lent. So every year on Lent, I give up stuff. And I made up a list, you know?
Oh, really?
Of stuff that I gave up. So I have it here in my pocket. Can I read it?
I would love to hear what Norm gave up for Lent. Yeah, why
I gave up spending thousands of dollars trying to methodically seduce Andy's wife.
No more of that, huh? All right, that's very nice. Good for you.
What a relief. Plus, it gets in the idea that Andy has a wife.
Andy has a wife.
Oh, he does, I know.
I have a wife.
I know.
And
No, he has a great wife.
I don't like gay porn.
No, he has an excellent wife.
Don't like it.
all right, we're back, everybody. Stop comparing notes on gay porn, all right?
No. We were actually talking about the Sports Illustrated, the swimsuit issue.
Oh, yeah. You guys like that issue.
No, I love it. Andy
It's
said,
fun to play this
it's
game.
his least favorite Sports Illustrated.
Oh, shut up.
He says he can't.
Never mind. I'm going to say something.
I was talking to Andy before the show, and apparently I made a mistake one time in this show where I intimated that maybe Andy was into gay porno. You remember that?
I didn't, but now I do, yeah.
Which he was not, which he's not into, and I never meant to intimate that he was gay in any way.
Right.
Just that he had an obsession with watching gay porno.
There is a difference.
Well, he's got a wife.
Yeah, I know. What are you talking about? I know that.
Have you ever met her?
Yes.
Okay, good.
What are you talking about?
does exist.
She
No,
does
I know
exist.
She exists. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell the people. I don't want them to think that Andy's into gay. And there's nothing wrong with being gay. Unless you're not gay, and then there's something horribly wrong with it.
That's when it goes awry?
Hey, I'm going to miss Andy on this show, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to leave, huh? How bad is that, huh?
Yeah.
He should stay. You should
Good move.
You should stay.
You just
Get
killed
him booing.
Yeah, you killed everyone's joy tonight.
No, I swear to God, though, when you sit on a couch for the living. You should think about not giving that up.
Everybody lies, bro. You gotta lie there, but you ever lie for no reason? That's a bad lie there. You know, usually there's a reason, like you want to protect somebody's feelings or, you know, screw over your buddy or something like that, but you ever lie for no reason at all? Just all of a sudden a big lie spills out of your evil head there, you know? And you don't even know, like a guy comes up to you and go, hey, you ever see that movie with Meryl Streep and a horse? And you go, yes. And in the back of your head, you go, what the hell am I lying about over here? I stand to gain nothing by this lie. The hell am I thinking back here in my head? I don't know, man.
You know, Norm's one of those guys, he'll write something, it's a really funny joke, but also let you realize he's a sick fucker. You know, it's like he said,
yes.
You ever find yourself, one of his Norm's bits, which I just thought like, I fell off my chair, and he said, you ever find yourself lying, telling a lie, and you're halfway through, you realize, wait a minute, there's no possible way I could benefit from this lie. Why am I lying? Saying, hey, did you see Avatar? Yeah. To me, that's just a monster.
Yeah.
You know, that's a twisted mind.
Yeah, he's.
Is the First Lady a compulsive liar, though? It's beginning to look that way. In an interview on last night's 2020, intended to promote her new book, It Takes a Village, Mrs. Clinton folded under tough questioning by Barbara Walters and admitted that, in fact, it does not take a village, and furthermore, that she was aware that it does not take a village when she wrote the damn book. Meanwhile, President Clinton is hard at work on Tuesday's State of the Union address, in which he'll focus on crime, education, and the economy. At the request of the First Lady, part of the President's speech will be huge lies. More questions about Hillary Rodham Clinton's truthfulness. In an interview this week, the First Lady claimed that she won the women's 100-meter dash at the 1956 Olympics, and that she had an IQ of, quote, over 700. When it was pointed out to her that these were not especially good lies, Mrs. Clinton responded, I know, I have a problem, and then added, I invented the formula for 7-Up. In Whitewater news, federal regulators quizzed Hillary Clinton at the White House this week and gave her a perfect score on the lying section. She's a dirty liar. For years, Hillary Rodham Clinton has told people that she was named for the first man to climb Mount Everest, Sir Edmund Hillary. But as Esquire magazine recently pointed out, Sir Edmund did not climb Mount Everest until 1953, 6 years after Hillary was born. However, the First Lady does have a good explanation for the discrepancy. She loves to lie. A former Arkansas banker told the Senate Whitewater Committee this week that he gave Bill Clinton a $20,000 loan as a favor, even though it was, quote, unacceptable banking practice. In response, President Clinton stated that he has no recollection of such a loan, while First Lady Hillary Clinton said, we've never even been to Arkansas. Our top story tonight comes from the O.J. Simpson civil trial, where this week it was revealed that in his first interview with police, Simpson had refused to take a lie detector test. His reason? It detects lies.
And my favorite thing about Norm is that he will just flat out lie. Just for his own entertainment, he'll just tell you a story that has never happened. He's completely making things up.
I was with
He does it
Larry
all the
Flint
time.
at the White House.
Yeah.
He
Something
said,
like that.
I'll hook you up. Now, if my uncle from the plains of Ontario said, I'll hook you up, he'd probably get you a nice mincemeat pie. But when Larry Flint says it,
Yeah.
something dirty.
Best.
Truly one of the best.
Here, you read one.
All right. No.
You don't like that
No,
one
I mean,
either?
I like it. It just.
Do you understand that we're on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, right. We all know that the Swiss are officially neutral.
Who wrote this?
Unofficial.
Who wrote this?
This-
Who wrote this?
Well, that screwed up my time.
Who wrote this?
We don't have a
Who
name
wrote it?
on
Do you have writers?
It's anonymous. It's
I
like
think-
an old, I didn't
I don't
write
wanna
it.
say
I
it.
didn't write that one. We all know the Swiss are officially neutral. Unofficially, however, they're filthy sons of bitches. Now the Swiss think I hate them.
What about this?
Go ahead.
Read this one.
I can prove God exists if I can just find that damn receipt from our brunch in heaven.
That is so funny. That is so funny. Did you write this?
I didn't write that one. No, I
Read
didn't
that
write-
one.
Call me an old softy, but I'd prefer it if you called me a distinguished gentleman with a flagging erection.
Oh.
I don't like that one.
Well, read that one.
Hey, why are you going to make me read all this? Alfred the Great may well be the greatest monarch
Can you
in the
do me a
history
favor? Can you find out what the traffic is like on the Santa Monica? Going to the death.
You'll like this one, Super Dave.
Deep
Hey,
throat.
can I tell you something? This is a bad segment. Oh, yeah, it is. You know it is. You know it is. When you come to Goodnight, he says, Goodnight, I really enjoyed doing this show. I had a great time, and I'll see you next week.
That's a good idea.
These
Yeah,
jokes
that's
are
not a bad
so
idea.
they're not even they're so beyond insulting the awful that it's not a segment. Can we start this segment over without the
No,
joke?
it's live.
Yeah, it is
We're
live.
live on podcast?
This is
Yeah.
live.
Holy cow.
Listen to this joke because
Well, yeah, I
think
just wanted to say,
this
no,
is
this
right
isn't-
up his alley.
Yeah, this is just in the.
He might not
deep,
remember this guy though.
No, he'll probably remember. Deep throat porn legend Harry
he's
Reeves.
dead.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
But how are they
know
going to
who
close
that
that
is?
casket? I mean, because probably because of his erection, I would think.
How are they going to close that casket? That isn't very good, is it?
I didn't write that one.
Plus, a man died.
Yeah, a
Guy
guy died.
died. How are they going to do it?
He was a real pioneer.
Make Super Dave laugh.
Super Dave, I just wanted to tell you, Alfred the Great may well be the greatest monarch in the history of England. The worst, Richard the Goat F***er.
I don't think he's gonna laugh. It's like
I
watching.
think he's close. Hold on. I think he's close.
It's like watching that golf ball on the edge
I don't
of the.
understand. I don't understand any of these. I don't even understand that they're how you could take a segment to end your first show when these ratings are so important. And you've I mean people at home, that guy who's wanted to know how to become a comic.
Who, JP?
No, the
guy who wanted to
Oh,
know
from
how
the
to
writer.
become
Yeah,
a
yeah,
comic.
yeah, right.
How can you tell him how to become a comic when you're reading that? Yeah. Would you read that at the Comedy Store?
No, I'm ashamed.
I don't think you would you? What's your best
But
joke?
he's not
Do
a-
it right now. We're going to close the show on your
Well,
best joke.
I'm not a comic.
Do
You
it.
are. You've done stand-up.
it.
You've done stand-up comedy.
No, I didn't write
Do it.
jokes. I really didn't write jokes.
But you've done stand-up comedy.
What is
yeah,
your,
that's why I don't do it anymore.
Will you talk to him after the show? Because you've got to
Let's go
get this. There's
out
got to be.
over a
It's got to
drink.
be more fluid when you talk to him. He's got to come back and.
I
forth.
know. That's what I told him before. I said yes. You've got to like say yes.
Yes,
instead
It's
of
yeah.
got to
no.
be like ping pong.
always no
It's
with
like
him.
ping pong.
I know, but with him it's always no. With him it's like you hit
No, but
the
he can't
guy,
do that.
and then
You
he
gotta-
grabs
you
the
gotta
ping pong ball
participate.
and
What's
he
your
throws it
best
up.
joke?
What's your best
The
joke?
problem is I don't have any jokes. I
Oh,
literally
just
have no.
Say that again. What is your best joke?
I mean, the punchline is
It's all right.
cunt is in the sink.
It's okay. That's the joke.
That's all I know. That's all I got.
You just wrecked.
The latest
Anna
Archie.
Amiga telling a joke.
The latest Archie comic shows gay character Kevin kissing his boyfriend Devin. Another barrier will be broken next month when, in a dream sequence, Jughead will be show fisting Betty Crocker.
God damn, you're illiterate.
It's a show fit. No. Oh, you're right.
Will be
It's
shown.
shown.
Will be
they,
shown.
They forgot to write the end there. Listen, whenever someone says, I have a couple irons in the fire, I think, Is one of them a job-writing blacksmithing metaphor? What? Why are
I
these all
don't know.
fucking...
I don't
That's
know.
funny.
But we're going to
You
end.
just screwed it.
We're going to.
Astronomers have discovered 3 new planets that have an atmosphere conducive to human life, and they've discovered one that has an atmo conducive to hipster life.
Whatever.
I like that one.
Some of the 200 Nigerian schoolgirls kidnapped by extremists in Nigeria have been forced to marry their kidnappers. And worse than that, they've been forced to laugh at their husbands' stories, even after hearing them for the umpteenth time.
You know something.
Yeah, I know.
It's
but
very
we don't have
hard to make a joke about those girls who
I
are kidnapped.
know.
When I hear about those things, that is one of the
terrible.
worst. You know,
And yet you got a big laugh.
George Clooney's engaged. The rich and handsome 53-year-old told reporters, "It's time for me to settle down and start officially cheating on a heartsick and disillusioned spouse."
I don't hear any laughter.
Well,
I love George Clooney so much that he can do no wrong. He's just one of the good.
I can do a lot of wrong.
He's just one of the good human beings
he
in the
is,
world.
isn't it?
A good name for a dog is Syndrome. That then when he tries to attack someone, you can yell "Down, Syndrome."
Don't laugh.
It's not.
I apologize.
I mean, it's yeah.
That's like a
It was a
joke.
little insensitive, I guess. In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday?
Whatever.
There's going to be a Broadway musical based on the movie Rocky. I don't know if you guys heard about this. In the Broadway musical version of the show, after Rocky climbs the steps of the art museum, he goes inside and spends 2 hours looking at paintings.
Yeah, I know. God damn.
Goes inside and looks at what? Paintings?
He looks at paintings.
I like
for
that.
2
That's a good one.
hours. 2 women accused of using sorcery have been beheaded in a remote village in Papua New Guinea. A team of police rushed to the scene but were forced to stand by and watch the victims being decapitated with axes as locals refused to let them come to their aid. Norm, if you ever go to a remote village in Papua New Guinea, at all costs avoid using sorcery.
I understand any of that.
Maybe you'll have me
Everyone
back.
stopped listening like 3 minutes in.
Mondays aren't actually worse than any other day, according to a group of researchers who've never read a Garfield comic.
Fred?
Workers at a Harvard University library have discovered a book that's bound with human skin.
Ew.
I know,
God,
it's disgusting.
almighty.
Anyway, they were able to determine that part of the body the skin came from after the book was grabbed by a sexy librarian and immediately expanded to 3 times its size. 3 times its size. It's like
Maybe if he didn't start
Does that
maybe-
mean it was made from a penis?
Yeah.
Oh.
Michelle Obama has booked a cameo on the ABC show Nashville. With this and her appearance on iCarly, I think Michelle is ready to start appearing in films. May I suggest my favorite film series, Black Ass F***ers? It's actually... you don't hear any more about Bob Costas' infected eye. Who is stonewalling this investigation? I'm thinking about a year I would work on my delivery, but it's just not working out. I think the joke
You don't
is
hear any
that,
more about Bob Costas' infected eye? Who's stonewalling this investigation?
He's a consummate amateur.
Yeah.
You want to do that one?
Adam?
One day in the hopefully not too distant future, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un is going to hear a loud popping sound, the sound of his head coming out of his ass.
Adam's very kind to you. Adam is the kindest guest to you so far.
Yeah, by far.
Just in case he's still booking Tempe.
So this week I learned by Adam.
Invited back to the comedy table.
These are always fun. This week I learned, just because I masturbated to that picture of a guy falling to his death on 9/11 doesn't mean I have to share it. This week I learned you can pay your dentist with blowjobs.
Who knew that, right?
What I found out this week.
But you won't feel it because of the Novocaine.
All right, I learned 2 things this week.
Is that easier?
This week I learned that cum tastes like nickels.
Oh.
This is that true?
That cum tastes like nickels?
Yeah, that's funny. Is that what it says?
That's what it says here.
This week I learned how many gallons of sweat my Kmart hat can hold. Jesus Christ.
We'll be back with the ever funny Adam Egan.
Okay, get ready to laugh.
Why is it so different to find pornography about people in stable monogamous relationships?
Why is it so what?
Different.
Different? Difficult. Damn.
Start all over, and the joke still works.
Oh my God.
Earlier this week, Aaron Jackson of Topeka, Kansas, painted his house the colors of the Gay Pride rainbow flag in direct protest of the Westboro Baptist Church. When that didn't seem to work, Jackson fucked 3 of his best buds on his front lawn.
Homophobic.
Yeah. Well, I think it shows
earlier
solidarity.
he was racist, and now he's homophobic.
Well, I think of this. Former Tennessee Titans cheerleader Elizabeth Lee Garner, 42, is accused of pulling a 12-year-old boy's pants off and offering him oral sex. The boy refused her advances not because he was 12, but because he was a die-hard Colts fan.
This is what I have to work with, you know?
Chipotle has canceled its planned sponsorship of the Utah Boy Scout event due to the BSA's ban on gay leaders and scouts. Ironic how an all-male anti-gay organization would want to put hot, thick loads of beef and sour cream in their mouth.
Okay. We get the idea. You hate gay guys.
So I'm a guest on there, and now it's time to introduce the next guest. And she says, okay, this next guy coming out, he's a great actor. He was in Risky Business. He was done all kinds of stuff. I just love him. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pantaleone. And he comes out, and as he's walking across the stage toward the desk, she goes, oh, I know who he is.
He said during Roseanne's
talk show.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yes, yes.
So one time the guest was Joe Pantaleano, and she didn't know who he was.
You f***ed it up. God damn it, oh, mother.
You don't even have your own stories. You take other people's stories and f them up.
Know the end this day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all I need.
If you're walking down the sidewalk and there's somebody coming the other way in a wheelchair, do you have a look, or do you oh no, I'm going to act normal?
Well, I look at the guy, and I hope to God my face isn't making all kinds of twitches.
I like to hedge my bets. I don't want to ignore him, so I'll look at him, but I'll like scowl or something.
Really?
You know?
It's the same joke.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What was your joke?
You had one joke?
You know, it was so ridiculous. It was stupid.
What was it?
Oh God, man! It was something like, don't take a shot from a girl at a bar because it looks ridiculous. It's never good. I think the punchline was, is this a Care Bear cum shot or something? It was really ridiculous. I don't remember it. It was so long ago, but that was the gist of it, and that's why I don't do stand-up anymore.
He can't even tell his own joke.
I mean, I'm not a good, you know.
Anything.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, it's like...
Last week on Larry King Live, Marlon Brando made the shocking statement that Hollywood is, quote, run by Jews. In response, outraged Jewish organizations made it snow in New York in April. Well, earlier this week, actor Marlon Brando met with Jewish leaders to apologize for comments he made on Larry King Live. Among them, that, quote, Hollywood is run by Jews. The Jewish leaders accepted the actor's apology and announced that Brando is now free to work again. While in England, where he spoke at Oxford University, Simpson had defended actor Marlon Brando's criticism of Hollywood Jews. Later, from his island hideaway, Brando sent O.J. a telegram which read, "You're not helping."
In Cincinnati, is Cincinnati Reds owner Marge Schott an anti-Semite? Well, it is beginning to look that way. According to a report out today, on the entire Cincinnati Reds team, there is not one Jewish player. A group of Orthodox rabbis declared that other branches of Judaism are, quote, not Judaism at all, thus challenging the religious status of millions of American Jews. This week, that statement was rejected by Reform leader Rabbi Don Schonstein, who said, quote, our legitimacy as Jews flows from the richness of our Jewish lives, the strength of our Jewish communities, and most important of all, our deep and abiding belief in Jesus Christ. Finally, folks, next week, Jews everywhere will be celebrating the holiday of Yom Kippur, or as non-Jews refer to it, Wednesday.
Here it is, ready?
What's your favorite religious movie?
I loved Passion of the Christ.
Did you?
Although I will say I thought it was very anti-Semitic, because every Jew looked like fucking Lovitz. You know what I mean? They were all like, hook noses and stuff. So I could see the anti-Semitism. But what I liked was the incredible violence. But you know what was strange?
Did they ask them, did you kill Jesus? No.
I had a bar mitzvah, Norm.
Yeah. You did?
Yeah.
Wait, are you Jewish?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm kidding. I love the Jewish people.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know you had a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
That's when you turn 13 and they cut part of your cock off.
No.
What is it again?
You cut your own cock off.
Wait, hold on. Are you Jewish?
In front of all your grandparents. And am I? Yeah, I am.
What kind of bar mitzvah did you have?
It was the most cutting edge. You know what I mean?
The setup of the joke is it's a Jew joke.
Okay.
Two Gentile businessmen meet on the street. One of them says, how's business? The other one says, great. See, he gets it. He really got it. He really liked it.
Yeah.
So the joke is about who doesn't get it. He's Jewish, he gets it.
Yeah.
You're not, you don't.
But I don't believe he got it.
Oh, yeah, he got it. He got it.
Can we find out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell Norm why that's funny.
Because it's two Jews and how's business? Great.
Well, that's just what he said.
No, it's two Gentile businessmen.
Oh, yeah, I don't
That's
get the
what's
joke.
funny about it.
I knew he didn't get it. I can spot fake laughs.
This roast was happening not even 3 weeks after September 11th, so there was a big discussion about what was right in terms of taste.
There hadn't been any comedy in New York. It was very fresh.
It was about a week after September 11th. This was September 11th, 1968, so I don't know what the big deal was. But no, I went up and I said, well, I can't stay late tonight. I have to catch a flight to LA. I couldn't get a direct flight. We have to make a stop at the Empire State Building. Oh, you're back.
I have to catch a flight to California. I can't get a direct flight. They said they have to stop at the Empire State Building first.
Here comes Gilbert, and he just went for broke. It was, it was unbelievable.
Gilbert Gottfried took the mic, took the room over.
He said he was trying to get a direct flight to Los Angeles.
He was nervous because his plane had a connection on the way home at the Empire State Building.
That was when the crowd turned. They started booing him. There was a guy in the audience shouting, too soon, too soon. The crowd was murmuring.
Somebody yelled too soon, and Gilbert, in his awkward way, sort of vamped for a second, holding onto the podium, hoping it was a time machine that he could just go back 2 minutes.
One guy yelled out too soon, which I thought meant I didn't take a long enough pause between the setup and the punchline. You know, I'm old enough to remember back to simpler, more innocent times when the worst thing you'd hear about the news was hijacked jetliners flying into buildings.
Oh, now, Gilbert, You're gonna get into trouble again.
I wanted to talk about the crocodile hunter. Did you? Because I think
you're gonna make him sad.
Because I think it was tragic at the time, but I think I don't know. People calling me, man, they're shocked. Oh, hey, you wouldn't believe it. Who got killed? The crocodile hunter.
Please don't make me laugh at this.
They were like, he was 44 years old. I'm like, that's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter.
That's not.
And you know who had to be pissed about it were the crocodiles, because he got killed by some fruity fish. And so you know the crocodiles were like, hey man, that crocodile hunter got killed. Who did it, Frank? Nah, you don't even want to know, man.
Please don't do this anymore.
No, Bill, man, you had a chance once. The guy go, man, I had a chance. I had that mother. He was Tommy with a stick. I could have eat him and his kid.
I don't feel good about this.
You remember I ever tell you that story, Bill? Yeah, only 1,000 times.
Yeah, I'm not bringing up the fucking tsunamis. No, but how much money did you lose on that?
A lot more than we lost with the man grave.
The Aflac duck.
Yes.
Did you lose a lot of money?
No.
In future,
no. It was $5 a commercial.
That's more than we got for the man grave.
I bet that was a lot of fucking money. Because it was set, right? You didn't have...
I want to return this duck.
Why?
It's very annoying. It just says the same thing over and over again. Go ahead, say it. Say it. Just once, say it.
Would you go in and just do a whole year's in one?
No, they'd have me come in each time to do new ones.
Oh, they would.
And then they wound up firing me, getting a new guy to imitate my voice for less money, thus bringing closure to a horrible tragedy.
So there was a tsunami in Japan. You might have heard about it. Now, at the time, do you realize that Aflac does 75% of their business in Japan?
I found that out soon enough. Oh, yeah.
You think they could have told you that?
I done found that out.
So the Twitter account, @RealGilbert, oh, believe me, he makes it clear, too. Oh, it's real. Not even Joe Schmo. I'm going to have fun on this. It's me, Real Gilbert. He writes, okay. Japan is really advanced. They don't go to the beach comes to them. What do the Japanese have in common with Howard Stern? They're both radioactive. What does every Japanese person have in their apartment? Floodlights. I just split up with my girlfriend, but like the Japanese say, there'll be another one floating by any minute now. I do remember he was tweeting so much, my lights started dimming. Yeah.
See, but you notice when you were reading the tsunami jokes, everybody here was laughing.
Yes, that's true.
And see, that's the thing.
That's what matters. You know what else?
Right, yeah.
None of us were getting $1 million.
Yeah.
And also, we waited a good 48 hours after.
Oh, yeah. Well, that always got me when they say too soon.
Why is it okay later?
Yeah, because it's like, you can make a joke about the Titanic now.
Right.
And it's like, I'm thinking, so if you make a joke about the Titanic now and you're a good person, because you didn't do it back then you're saying, okay, I waited, fuck those people who died on the Titanic.
Too soon.
Well, at least you can't blame this on the Jews. It was an iceberg, not a Goldberg or a Silverberg.
Too soon.
Lincoln was a great thinker. I wonder what the last thing to go through his head was.
Good.
You know what the last thing was that Jackie Kennedy said to John? It's a nice day. Why don't we ride with the top down?
Too soon.
This is the worst motorcycle race I've ever been to.
Do you have a rule? The rule. Some people say it's like tragedy plus time. Like, what's your time limit? When do you want to?
No, I like to do it right away.
So in your mind, Kelly, is there anything off limits in comedy?
No.
There's nothing.
No. If you were to drop dead right now,
You'd make a joke.
I'd turn to the camera, I'd have an hour on it.
Angry over the Atlanta Braves and Cleveland Indians' use of Indian caricatures as logos, Native Americans showed up at the World Series tonight. They chanted for hours to protest Indian stereotypes, though it didn't help their cause any when it started to rain. Native Americans in upstate New York are trying to block plans to build a Kmart on the site of a Mohican burial ground. In addition, they were upset to learn that sales at this particular Kmart will be announced, "Attention Kmart Savages." In Michigan, State Historical Commission officials say they will not interfere with the building of a new major sports stadium, even if construction unearths historical artifacts. However, state Indian Affairs officials say that if relics from a Native American tribe are found, they would like to have the land set aside and designated as a sacred tribal burial ground / giant casino. In Wisconsin, students at Menominee High School are desperately fighting efforts by the politically correct to change their team nickname the Indians. Already, opponents of the name have rejected the students' first compromise, the Drunken Indians. They feel that's almost worse in a way, you know? In Bridgeport, Connecticut, the Staticoti Indian tribe is seeking recognition by the Bureau of Indian Affairs in order to open either a manufacturing company or a casino. I wonder which one they'll choose. Manufacturing company or the casino. In Norwich, Connecticut, a local museum has made a long overdue effort at racial reconciliation by returning 21 ancient tribal artifacts to the Mohegan Indians. But as for everything else in the country, we'll be keeping that. It's good news, really. We don't have to give any of it back.
It's like the difference between the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. I can see where Redskin might upset somebody just a little. I don't think you're ever going to get it changed, but at least it is a bit denigrating. But Indians, isn't that? I never understand that.
You don't understand that?
No.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Or Braves.
I have no formal education,
Mm-hmm.
and as a matter of fact, I don't have any informal education. It's not like I'm hanging out with professors on the weekend, right?
Yes.
But this is the way I understand it. Old Chris Columbus,
Mm-hmm.
he sailed over here,
Right.
and then he got here, and he thought it was India.
Jesus, what a dolt. And that's the source of us all.
Yeah, so he goes, hey, man, look at all those Indians.
All right. Oh, that's it.
And then one of his buddies goes, hey, man, we took a wrong turn at the middle of the Pacific Ocean. This is America. and then he goes, hey, you Indians better get the hell out of here. You're not even in the right country.
Well, once you're about to take a country from somebody, you cannot refer to them as Native Americans. It only makes your task harder. They will fight harder because you've already told them you assume that it is their property. But my feeling is at some point there were an ice people, a horde of, almost Piltdown men-like creatures who the Indians or whatever, the Native Americans came in and took this from. Isn't that the way of the world, Norm? That eventually everybody takes something.
What's a Piltdown, man? You talking about the old days?
I'm sorry to throw you off the scent of the conversation. I'm talking about in Paleolithic times. I assume that the Native Americans were not native here either, but came down and took this from somebody else. That's just the way of the world.
Yeah, everybody takes everything. Listen, Mother Nature is a brutal bitch.
Mm-hmm.
A red-clawed,
paint the picture.
Machine that eats and
shrieking harridan.
Yeah.
So, Jenny, what month was your issue?
Quoting Churchill.
May of 08. Who was on the cover? Do you remember?
It was a Russian girl.
Uh-oh.
And my nickname's Genocide, so I think that was kind of funny.
What?
Why is that? It's funny because there was a genocide. In Russia?
Only about 70 years ago.
Against the Russian people.
Who's still in?
But me. That's not
You first. Check it back. No, it was not. It wasn't a complete genocide.
What do you mean?
No, it was.
Well, Stalin was a mass murderer.
Only Jewish people seem to get really offended by my nickname.
There are fives in a case. Right.
Well,
they're the only ones that.
Well, the only true genocide was the.
Sam, another one this way, Sam.
That was a true genocide.
Wow. What?
The American Indians was a true genocide.
No, that was for land.
No, that was justified.
That was for land. We were taking their property.
No,
it doesn't matter. What does it matter what the motive?
No, the genocide.
Yeah, the motive is to just hatred of a race to exterminate them without a political or economic agenda.
Well, we did with the Indians.
Well, it's not justifiable.
No, well, who's saying it's justified?
I said, well,
you got to bury it.
I'm just wondering how it's justified.
One counterpoint.
You've never heard the legal term justifiable genocide? Hitler was out of his mind at the time.
Baby, won't you come by? Everything's better with you by my side. A movie and dinner tonight. Pour a couple drinks and yeah, we're feeling fine. And when the
Dorothy is Norm Macdonald.
Thank you. Thank you, but I am sorry I cannot, in good conscience, accept this award on behalf of Melissa McCarthy. I instead have chosen to give my time to a friend who has something very important to say.
My name is Johnny Two Feathers. While you enjoy tonight's show, I want you to think about something. The spot where you're sitting, every square foot of ground in this country was stolen from my ancestors. And after you stole it, you murdered them. So you'll forgive us if we do not laugh along. There is nothing funny about the extermination of a people. The theater stinks of blood. That's all I have to say. Oh.
Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. Johnny Two Feathers. Give him a wave, Johnny. Johnny, you don't want to wave? All right. Well, Johnny Two Feathers, everybody. You know who Jonah Hill is?
Huh?
Do you know who Jonah Hill is?
Yeah, the actor, the little fat kid.
Yeah. How about this for a joke?
He's a friend of Tatum O'Neal.
Good God, you're not. Channing.
Jonah Hill says his heart is broken over the fact he was caught on camera calling a photographer a gay slur. And speaking of things that are broken, Jonah Hill's chair. A nice statement.
Yeah, it's more of a comment. Imagine if you're with the porno lady, you're like, what about this? You like this? And she's like, yeah, my husband invented it. You're like, oh. Because you know how you think you got your own moves?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been with a porn star?
No, I never would do it because I wouldn't want to pull out my measly...
wiener?
Yeah. Because like, what's she going to pretend? She's like, oh, ouch. You're like, what? What about that thing I saw you in last week with her?
Is this a good surprise for you guys or a weird surprise that Norm
I'm such a big fan of Norm's, man.
It's the first time you guys have met this morning, right?
Yeah. So
Jonah,
I'm so psyched. That's awesome.
When I knew you were coming in, I started thinking of the serious stuff, and I got to tell you about one thing. Superbad.
Yeah.
I'm 48 years old.
Yeah.
I go see Superbad, and the characters, your character and the other character, the main characters, are an amalgam of me and my best friend when we were in high school.
I hear that quite often.
I call the guy, and I go, you got to come to Austin. So he comes to Austin, and we go see it together and just laughed our asses off because of that was us. That was us in high school.
Oh,
that whole thing. So huge fan on that front now.
You look good for 48, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got a guy who looks like Bruce Springsteen. You got a guy who looks like he's 25 and he's 48.
How old do you think
a
he is?
good-looking bunch around here.
How old do you think he is?
Good-looking city.
How old do you think Bob is?
I would say 34.
Try 53.
Yeah, well, that's how old Bruce Springsteen is.
No, he's 60.
Yeah, he's 60. Why'd you pick 30?
Damn.
No, I'm darkness on the edge. I'm darkness on the edge of town.
It's like he looks like Wilford Brimley. How old? 20? 20-year-old Wilford Brimley?
4 or 5 years old?
You go way too much. What are you, 1
years old.
Now, Bob saw the movie last night.
Thank you for that compliment. I sincerely
Man, I'm
appreciate
telling
it.
you what,
Thank you.
that movie, and I said that's like, I don't buy, you rent movies, you don't buy. That's the one movie I've saved, and I watch
That's
it over
cool,
and over.
man. Thank you.
Bob saw the movie last
to go,
night,
man.
and
I loved it.
And before you come in here,
Oh, you saw Get Him to the Greek last night.
Yeah, we
I
would lie to you if it was. If
I wouldn't have come. I would have called in sick today if it.
Well, no. We would have told our listeners what we thought of it, like the first hour when you guys weren't up.
And
then we
wouldn't have known.
We would have lied and kissed your ass when you came in here. But he said
I don't want to give anything away about it either, but there's so many surprises in that movie.
Off the air this morning, I said, seriously, how was the movie? And I've seen the trailer. The trailer's hilarious. And he goes, but a lot of times the trailer's hilarious and the movie sucks ass.
Right.
He goes,
I think our movie's better than our trailer.
He goes, dude, it was laugh out loud funny.
I hate people that you compare movies, say it's like this, but it's like it's all the best stuff you would expect from a Jonah Hill movie with a little bit of Spinal Tap mixed in, and it reminded me a little bit of Almost Famous, the sweetness,
awesome.
the sweet parts of that, because you play a character that's like
Nick literally pitched it to me as like a dirty Almost Famous.
You're teetering. you're one of those characters teetering on boyhood and manhood, right?
Yeah.
Like responsibilities versus being this kind of rock fan, and I loved it on that level too, of just of your character, of just being this guy that just doesn't know he wants to commit. He doesn't. He's facing all these things for the first time, but it's hysterical. You're going to see things in this movie that you've never seen on film before. I got to look at the rock star.
Dagwood?
No, the rock star. Aldous.
Yeah,
there's really not an equivalent in real life.
Sounds good though. Is it in the theater?
There's really no single British.
I wouldn't have had a chance.
There's not really any single solo British rock stars like that anymore. Are there? Is he
the closest
Bowie? But Bowie's old.
I'd say like Jack White.
Oh yeah, Jack White. I mean, the closest we were thinking was but he's not like a bad boy, but like Chris Martin. Was kind of the closest equivalent,
But none of them behave like that.
No,
like in behavior, it's more just.
But it's more like taking a '70s, '60s rock star and putting him kind of in.
Pete Doherty. That's who it is. I mean, that's really who we and he's mega famous in England, obviously, and less so here.
So Nick, I'm IMDbing you, which is not a sexual term anymore, but you directed one of my favorite television shows that didn't make it, Undeclared.
I was a writer on that.
Oh, still.
Yeah.
What a great show. Were you on that show?
Was not, but a big fan of it.
Yeah, it was like a great. You knew it wasn't going to last because it was too good.
Well, we knew because we premiered on September 11th. So that's how we knew it wasn't going to last. That was actually.
I didn't know that, really.
And Dale, you got to see that everybody's great in this film, but Sean Combs.
He steals it.
Oh, my God. He blows up in this movie.
He's so funny.
Unbelievable. And what we had you were doing the Q&A while the credits were. You started the Q&A while the credits were rolling. I know his face popped up at the end of the movie, and I missed it. Now I gotta go back and see what he said at the end.
It's a teaser for the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
For Thor.
Dude, you would love it.
Wait, so how old was Nick when he was directing Freaks and Geeks and Undeclared?
Or was
how old were you when you were writing for Undeclared?
For Undeclared, I was.
Well, Freaks and Geeks was first, right?
I know I didn't work on Freaks and Geeks.
Oh,
you were still in college.
We withdraw the question.
So how old were you when you directed?
I was 24 when I was writing on it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So the story.
Remember when you were 24, what you thought was funny or good? You know what I mean? How hard it is to actually do good stuff when you're 24.
I remember Judd telling me what was funny and good.
I thought
he would just tell you and you did it.
Norm, I thought you were funny when I was 24.
Oh no, you might think something's funny, but what you like I remember when I was starting comedy, I was like 25 or something like that. But Eddie Murphy was already a star, and he was 19.
Yeah, 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can that guy be funny? Because I remember what I thought was funny when I was 19. It was all lame.
On Undeclared, one of the writers was Seth Rogen. He was also obviously one of the stars of Undeclared, but he was 18. I remember him coming into the first writers meeting, and all of us being like, we obviously liked him on Freaks and Geeks, but he just being like, who does this kid think he is? And then he would just turn in the funniest scripts.
So, Joe,
he just, knew it and nailed it.
You were right.
Wasn't Byron Allen on that show too, though? Oh no, that's a different one.
You were right. You were right.
Wait, have you guys seen Comics Unleashed? Have you seen Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen? Hey, speaking of this thing, Byron Allen does this thing. You know how you guys do junkets, which is part of what you're kind of doing now? But Byron Allen does this show where all he does is go on junkets. He goes to hotels, you know, and he interviews guys like everybody else does at the junkets, you know, because they bring the stars, like they bring Joan and Nick in, and then 40 guys that ask him questions. So then Byron Allen just goes in, you know, and he interviews it, but then he turns it into a show, like it's an interview show instead of a. So he goes, and then it's always like. It shows at 1 o'clock in the morning. He goes, tonight on the it's Byron Allen's voice. He goes, tonight on the entertainers, Jonas Hill, Harrison Ford, Eddie Murphy, George Harrison. It's like the biggest stars of all time.
So it's like a big talk show, but it's a junket.
And it's just him in like a small room, like with the guy with a poster behind him.
5 minutes
like
each,
2
right?
years ago that he did a movie. And then Byron, at the start of the interview, he goes, hey, man. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. He goes, he always starts the interview the same place, be like Harrison Ford, who clearly has no idea who Byron is. So Byron goes, hey, man, the last time we talked, man, you were doing that movie about the Russian guy. What's been going on with you, man? And so, like, you get in your head, maybe they have dinner together, and then so Harrison Ford, he goes, huh? But he doesn't want to look racist, you know, so he's like, oh, yeah, I remember. How have you been? He goes, pretty good, man, pretty good. So he's a master at it costs him nothing.
That's a really good practical joke.
Right. And Byron Allen is just one of 100 interviews he did that day.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Jonah, you guys started, if Wiki's right, you got started writing plays, and you went to New York to be an actor?
Yeah, I would write weird stuff in New York when I was like a freshman in college at New School University, and then I would perform them at this bar called Black and White, and then it kind of got popular.
One-man plays, or
sometimes with
plays?
other people, yeah, like one acts and
right.
stuff, and then like weird performance art.
And then
things.
somebody stumbles in and sees you, and
they got kind of popular amongst students at my school and NYU and stuff, and then it got kind of like a following. It was pretty cool. I remember like a couple times I'd be like at dinner somewhere and someone would recognize me from it. And I would be so psyched because, like, they had just heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're like, "Hey, you're the guy that does those weird plays and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah."
What would be
yes, I am, Mom.
What would be a play? Like, what was your favorite one that was like your signature?
Well, they would do this open mic night. This is how it got started. Was basically they would do this open mic night. It was the only place that would let us drink because I didn't have a fake ID. So they would let me drink there, and I was 18 and looked like I was like 12, you know. So, so my friend Michael took me there because he lived right around the corner, and the guys who owned the bar were really cool. And on Sunday night they had an open mic like storytelling night, so it'd be all like hipster East Village like junkies that would be like doing heroin on the A train, like not calling my dad, you know, like really serious stuff.
You don't have to say the second line. Not calling my dad.
Yeah.
Oh, we kind of surmised that.
Yeah. But yeah, very literal, like storytelling, like long stories. Yeah. And I was like, man, I should just write like a fake one.
Oh yeah.
So I started writing fake ones that the people thought were serious, and then like my friends knew it was I was lying. So like there was this one, the first one I wrote, that was probably my favorite because it was the first time I'd ever performed. And so I wrote this one about my dad having an affair with his Native American secretary. And then how I learned about Native American culture through this new woman who was like my surrogate mom, and like
I want to read that.
It was so weird, and everyone was just silent. It was like so serious, like there were no jokes in it or anything.
Friends laugh?
My friends thought it was probably the funniest thing I've ever done because it was like no one knew I was joking. You know?
Was this poetry?
It was more like story, like
important stuff.
Yeah, like a 5-minute story. Like people would write like short story, reading their short stories or whatnot.
Like sometimes they'll do one-man play. Like, you know how people think their life's interesting? So I said this one-man play. It was an hour and a half. So if I think of my life, like I couldn't cobble together an hour and a half of interesting.
No, it wasn't one of those things where I was like,
It was the
1968,
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
No,
I'm
just-
sitting over there. The Bombers are doing great this season.
No, the funny thing is when they say they have a big dramatic
Yeah.
moment in the one-act play, but it's just something that happened to everyone, you know. And then they're like, and that's when I found out my mother had breast cancer. And then it blacks out. You're like, what? And that happened to everyone in the world? It's supposed to be all dramatic.
We have a gentleman that.
you
Never
have
mind. No, we have a gentleman who does.
I used to, when I was on Saturday
We've
Night,
had a guest,
when I was
a one-act play guy that comes in. Used to come in a lot.
all right.
But one-act plays are great. Like when
If they're
you have-
good,
if
yeah.
they're good, like not one-man plays, one act.
Well, no,
one
this is
act
a one-man
plays.
show guy. yeah.
One act
Yeah.
plays.
Yeah.
are
Story.
great.
One act, one man
They're my
play.
favorite.
All right, we're
my
gonna
favorite.
let's
You do
break
that? Have
short.
you ever done that in your acting career?
That's how I started. Then I started writing one-act plays.
Real one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys know how I find this interesting?
No, we do. It's just there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 open mics right now.
And I just don't know if we're making the Universal people
Yeah,
happy.
and let's make sure that we're plugging the
film.
movie. Get them to the Greek. Can we take a break? Come back.
And it opens today. Is that right?
June 4th.
And
June
would you guys be up to taking some phone calls from our fine listeners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Cool. If you guys have any questions for Jonah or Nick or hell, Michael McDonald. Who else is in here today?
Wasn't he a
Norm.
singer? Wasn't he a rock
no.
singer?
I was just. I know it's Norm. I know
What,
it's
the
Norm.
Doobie Brothers?
Right, but
we don't
my
need to hear
mind.
your. We don't need to hear your filth.
973-8300 if you want to call in. We'll be back in a minute. Dudley and Bob Show. All right, we might get a couple of calls in for Jonah if you want. Jonah Hill of Get Him to the Geek.
Get Him to the Greek.
Sorry, y'all cut me a break. I was just talking about the geeks in Superbad. Yeah, we were just talking about that. So
Get him to the Greek.
973-8300. Get Him to the Greek.
June 4th.
And I told. Yeah, it's not out yet? Oh, it's June 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it might be showing this weekend. But Bob saw it last night.
Wait, am I in this movie?
No.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
And Nick.
Do you know what it's about?
You're in the People versus Larry Flynn.
Because I asked Jonas, he said it wasn't even out on the screen yet.
Nick, is it
June
is
4th.
it a sequel somewhat loosely?
I would say it's a spin-off, but it's pretty different. There's not.
I heard it was a sequel to Weird Science.
That's your source is incorrect.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know.
You should get a new
I just know
source.
what I hear on the street.
Just Saving Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting. You don't know the titles of any of the movies.
I loved you in Super Good too, by the way.
Yeah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
It's good because I honestly can't remember your name.
That's all right. I'm Dave. That's okay. Just call me Dave. Everybody does. So
there's some recurring characters.
But is
in
the
there.
rock star that has the same name? Or?
Yeah, he's playing the same guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Russell Brand's character Aldous Snow is the same guy as he was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and other than that, there's no
But
there's
Jonah
no
in this
overlap.
movie is a junior record executive who's got an idea that he's trying to get across to his boss, and his boss accepts it, and then you've got the responsibility. It's like a road picture. You got the responsibility of getting this rock star.
It's kind of like a
this
dirty,
has-been.
almost famous.
He's not
is
really
it
a
good?
has-been, but he's had rough times.
I would say it's kind of like a mix between Almost Famous and Midnight Run.
Yeah.
Now, is it like
You know, like it's like a road movie with one guy escorting, a normal guy escorting
Right.
a really crazy, messed up
and
guy.
Trainspotting.
A little bit of
And Trainspotting.
and The Last Detail, if you've ever seen that.
Just look at it.
You know, we watched The Last Detail, like, I watched it, like, every day before we started Superbad. I thought that was, like, one of my main references for Superbad.
Yeah.
Because it's like three
Nicholson's
guys, like,
greatest
out
flick.
getting, like, hammered and, like, having a crazy
I want to
time.
ask you that when you're doing
Were you Randy Quaid?
I was Randy Quaid, obviously.
Yeah, man.
I watched Sid and Nancy before getting to the Greek. I'm not kidding. That was my.
I watched my favorite year in Midnight Run and
I
Almost
just saw
Famous
my
a lot.
favorite year a few weeks ago. It was
my
good.
favorite year was so good. I was watching this hardcore.
How do you know when you're
porn.
shooting
What?
a comedy like this that you got it, that you're getting it right when you're filming it? I mean that
You hope and pray you're getting it right. You don't
because
really know.
there's not an audience there laughing. I always wondered you shoot several different takes and different ways.
We shoot every tone possible in each scene.
I'm getting that signal from the publicist. It's time to wrap up. That you guys have to go somewhere else.
Well, let's take a phone call before we leave because that was rude because we said we were going to.
The only phone call I have wants to ask Norm a question.
Okay, great. Well, I was just trying to be respectful.
No, you're very fine. Listen, I'm a big fan.
Well,
It's
I
kind of crazy in here today. I wished I had about 1 million questions for you.
Oh man, well, no.
I wish I had questions for you.
Listen, I wish I knew the names of your films.
No. I said I have 1 million questions for you. I wish we had more time. Did I say I wish we had more questions?
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
It's okay. June 4th, get into the Greek. Austin's the best town ever, and I'm not BSing. It is the coolest place on earth.
I love this city.
It's so cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Well,
are you
thanks so much
staying,
for having
Norm, or
us.
are you going?
I got a phone call.
Oh, you're staying for your phone call.
My apologies that
great to meet
Thanks.
you.
It was great meeting
Yeah.
you, Ryan. Really.
Thank you guys for having us.
No,
Yeah,
thanks
thanks
for
very much.
coming in, guys. Get them to the Greek starting June 4th.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Much
I'll
success.
go see
I think
the
you'll do
movie,
really
man.
well.
Bye. Nick,
see you
thank
around.
you.
Of course, thank you for
Thanks.
Thank you guys
See
so
you
much.
in L.A., man.
Take care, everybody. Yeah, thank you
See
so
you, man.
much.
Thanks, Jonah. Bye.
Say
It's weird to say goodbye in the middle of a break, but
say goodbye
bye.
to Matt.
Yeah, definitely will.
See ya.
Probably got to go do TV somewhere.
Yeah, normally they go to the TV stations.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, do the noon
You
shows.
want to take your call,
and the-
Norm?
Yeah, let's take
Yeah,
a
let's
call.
take your call. Let's go to the phones. There's no calls coming in.
What? We even lost my caller?
What? No, your call's here. What's your call? What's your question?
Hey, Norm.
What?
Big fan.
Oh,
You're talking about your TV shows. I heard the Norm show's coming out on DVD. I was just wondering if you did any commentaries or special features for that.
Yeah, it is coming out on TV. It's coming out on, what do you call it?
DVD.
Yeah,
Those
it is
small,
coming out on DVD.
They're like laser discs,
but I don't make any money.
smaller.
I don't make any
You don't?
money.
Really?
But they said, we'll give you money to come and comment on it. So I went in a room and they played the shows and I just talked. But I found I was talking to this other guy and I found I wasn't watching the show at all. I was just talking.
I think it might actually be worth getting it just
At
for
first,
that.
you're commenting. You're like, "That's interesting. That guy was cast at the last second." And then you realize in your mind, you go, "No one cares about any of this." So then I just started going, "Hey, look, a coffee cup." But there wasn't a coffee cup that you'd be watching, but there was a coffee cup in the studio.
Did you remember the episodes as you were commenting? Do you remember the shooting or anything behind them?
No, I just
No.
I don't remember much.
They pay
I
you,
just what?
They pay you well for commenting?
Not much, no.
No.
But it was just a day's work of going and looking at myself
And talking
Should we
what?
just steal the
Yeah.
DVDs, Norm?
What?
Should we just steal them then?
Yeah. No, well, listen, I'm not going to say straight out on the radio that you should commit a crime. You know
Want me to say it for you?
what? That you should.
That you should
commit
go
a crime?
steal them?
No, I wasn't thinking of that crime.
Oh, just any other crime?
Yeah, listen, man. Are you into bank heists?
No.
Ah, shoot, man. I'm looking for a getaway guy. It's the easiest job in the bank house, in the bank heist.
The wheelman?
Ah, that guy, man, he's the easiest. He just sits in the car while we all have to go into a bank with guns. Guy's just sitting
Yeah,
in the
but
car.
he's the guy with the cop is always, tapping on the window going, hey, move it along. This is
Well,
no parking
that's
zone.
just in movies, man. That's just in movies. In real life, the guy's just parked in front of the ATM, and then you run out. There's gunfire going all around your head,
All
and
you
you
gotta
can't
do
get
is
the
step
door
on it.
open. You come on, Frank. And he's like, I told you guys, I'm not good with guns. And you're like, gun it. Hit it.
Pedal to the metal.
Yeah, well, like he wouldn't know that. That's his one thing. Like, drive
You
fast.
swear you've never had an acid flashback?
No, I've never had it. No, I never took acid. That was just a joke. I never took LSD.
Took it one time.
What happened?
I was at a Paul McCartney concert in Dallas because Paul McCartney just that says acid when you hear Paul McCartney music, like songs like "Let 'Em In," and I was on a bus with the listeners, and this woman walked up to me. She goes, "Stick out your tongue," and I went like this, and she put this piece of paper on my tongue,
without knowing.
and I didn't know anything was going on, and then
Did she tell you?
No, yeah, she right after she put it
So
on
you
my
didn't know
tongue.
you were going- you
She
didn't
goes,
think you were going insane.
You just took acid.
Wow.
And then later in the tunnel of Texas Stadium, there was a woman holding a box of Starbursts, and I also had a box of Starbursts, and something in my head told me that those must also be my Starbursts. So I went up to a strange woman and said, "Those are my Starbursts."
Wow.
Like a crazy person. And then it lasted till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it
and
lasted really
wallpaper was running down, and I had to call my
No, I'll
girlfriend.
be honest with you. I did it one time.
Well, why'd you lie?
Well, because I don't know what people think I did LSD, but I did it one time, and so I laid down on my bed. I was just a young boy, and I looked up, and there was a hanging plant for some reason in my room.
No, there wasn't.
And in the plant came the face of Jesus. The countenance of our Lord and Savior, Jesus, the pale Nazarene, suddenly showed up in my hanging plant. So I was like, oh man. I was like, well, I'm on LSD. This must be like just a crazy trick of my eye, an optical, thing. And then I thought, wait a minute. What if it's just a coincidence that I'm on LSD and Jesus is showing up? That would be bad luck for me. You know what I mean? I get absolute proof he exists, and then I ignore it, thinking it was the
acid
effects of the acid. So then I'm in a quandary. I'm stuck in a quandary. I don't know if you guys have ever been stuck in a quandary. But
not while I'm on acid.
So, anyways, my quandary was it fixed itself because suddenly the face of Jesus morphed into the face of Trapper John M.D. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Which one, though? The one
Purnell
from
Roberts.
MASH?
Yeah,
Or,
Purnell
okay.
Roberts.
The after.
You must have seen it this morning.
I don't think you've ever seen MASH where they go, hey, Trapper John M.D.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
That's that must have freaked you out when our sports guy came in because he's got that white bearded
Oh, yeah,
look.
he looks like Trapper John M.D.
There was your flashback.
It's too weird when they have the character changes, like it's it's Wayne Rogers and it's another guy, and you're like, what? He looks different. Like I remember one time as a little kid on Bewitched, suddenly Darren looked all different, because it was a different actor.
That's right.
But I was just a little kid.
But they were
so I
both
was
named
like,
Dick.
So I was like, yeah.
York and Sargent.
So I was like Dick York and Dick Sargent. But as a child, you see, I didn't know anything about Dick York or Dick Sargent or Elizabeth Montgomery. I thought of Darren Stevens and his wife, Elizabeth Stevens or whatever her name was. Sam Stevens.
Samantha Stevens.
Yes.
So anyways, when I didn't know Dick York or Dick Sargent, all I knew was Darren Stevens. So when he suddenly changed appearance drastically,
yeah,
I thought, what's that Endora up to this time?
Oh, boy.
She was in Citizen Kane?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, she was in Citizen Kane. She always played,
Endora.
What about when
And
you
Mrs.
get
Crab.
cast? It's tough when you get cast as an old bag.
Yeah.
And like when you're reading the script, or it even says old bag shows up. You're like, what's this mine? But like they had the show Jake and the Fat Man. So
who was
William Conrad?
William Conrad.
He was
Bill
canon.
Conrad.
Yeah, Bill Conrad. Beautiful man, I hear.
Great actor.
But he was canon. He was a big star, big Quinn Martin star.
Mm-hmm.
And so he, he was not a man to be trifled with. So if you're writing a script for somebody to be with, and you go, I would like to, maybe a William Conrad vehicle might propel me. You might not want to write, you might not want to title it Jake and the Fat Man. And then send it to William Conrad, because William Conrad's like, what the? I'm pretty sure I'm not Jake. And if I'm Jake, I don't want to be on the show at all, because then it's really gross. But,
I love the way your mind
Norm
works.
Macdonald tonight at Cap City and tomorrow night. And
all these observations and more.
467-2333. Thanks for being here, dude.
Thanks a lot. Listen, God bless in the name of the Pale Nazarene. What? And hey, what about this, man? You're.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
I love
it.
This lady told me this thing. If you're a Christian, you're kind of reviled nowadays in today's society. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're looked on as a joke, kind of. Bill Maher makes fun of you. But let's say you're a lady and you believe in astrology, right? Then suddenly everything's fine. Nobody thinks you're an idiot. What is going on? No, I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry. What did you say, sir? Who? So what do I give a fuck? No, you. Now you're saying I'm not very funny, right?
much money? How much money I got that's yours? No, honestly, I don't care. How much?
Well, a couple bucks.
Are you alone or you just by yourself?
When I'm with someone.
So,
PM. He's not alone, unfortunately.
no, but so what was the idea? So here's the thing. So you go, I'm gonna pay money. Go see this dude, right? Tickets probably cost a lot of money, right? So, no, that would be an awful thing. That would be an awful thing. That would be a terrible thing to do. No, I just want to understand what exactly happened. So, but anyways, at some point in your life, you thought I was funny. I assume, because I don't got no fucking banjo or shit. So at some point in your life, you thought I was funny, right?
Weekend update, baby.
Weekend update. That's nice, thank you. So then, have you ever seen me do anything since Weekend Update? Pardon me?
YouTube Morbid ones.
I'm sorry, what?
YouTube Morbid bits.
I did what?
There's a lot of YouTube Morbid bits.
YouTube morbid bits? Oh, morbid. I see. And so then, did you like those?
No.
You didn't like those? Specifically about death. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
So they were clips from the, you didn't like those. So then you said, I'll come here to this show.
You said that you were better. You weren't doing the morbid stuff anymore.
Yeah, I'm not doing the morbid stuff anymore. Did I do anything more? First of all, I never said I was better. I've never used but have I done anything morbid, do you think?
No, Norm, I love you, baby. That's why I'm here. So shut up.
Why you tell him shut up? He should say he loved me. Well, that's nice. Thanks, man. That's cool that you love me. Because it's cool to love someone even if you don't think they're fine. You know, you should love someone even if they disappoint you. No, I'm not going to check them out. Why would I do that? Yeah. So it's nice of you to love me, even though I've disappointed you. I'm sorry I disappointed you. Because seriously, I never tried. I'll try to do that. But that was nice that you said that you love me on the Weekend Update. And it was so sweet that you said you love me. So, I love you too, bro. Oh, man, alive. We got through that all right. You gotta let people have their opinion and stuff like that. Man paid a lot of money, and then he's like, what the fuck is all this shit? Morbid shit. I didn't really feel that morbid. But let's do a morbid thing. It's interesting that John Elway won 2 Super Bowls in a row after a career of nothingness. Mm-hmm. He would have just been a bum. And then he did the same thing almost with Peyton, you know. Mm-hmm. Peyton really should have won at least 2. I mean, he won his last one.
He won his...
I mean, his last one,
right.
He didn't really win.
Right.
But he really got burned by Baltimore one year, and
that's right, that bomb.
Yeah, I mean not by Baltimore, but by his own defense. Mm-hmm. But it was I didn't think about it till just now. But maybe he was trying to do the same thing with Peyton. But he got him his second, so Eli doesn't have to have the most.
Now, do you have a team? Do you have a rooting interest in football?
Yeah, I have a team. I very much like. It used to be Denver because this is an interesting thing that happened. I never liked Peyton Manning. I don't know why, but I just didn't.
Are you a Brady guy, or are you just an anti-Peyton guy?
No, I just for some reason didn't like Peyton. I didn't like that Eli. I really didn't like that Eli was drafted by Seattle and said no, I'm going somewhere else. I'm like, what? You're allowed to do that?
Elway did that to Baltimore.
That's right. He did. You're right. So I said, anyways, but Peyton Manning one time, I was in a hotel in New York and I was leaving it, and Peyton Manning was coming in, and he walked up to me and he said, "Hi, I'm a big fan. Peyton Manning?" You know, like he said his own name as if he needed to. And I liked him. That's how shallow I am. A guy likes me, and then I like him.
Well, you know he was there that night.
What night?
At Radio City Music Hall.
Oh, well, you're right.
He was a young...
he was really young.
Yeah, he was super young. He's one of the awkward cutaways that you always get.
Right, because I remember looking and going, wow, is that him? Because I saw just recently. That was quite a game, you know. I mean, you know who impressed me the most yesterday was Kobe Bryant. Unbelievable. This guy's amazing. 19 years old, the youngest starter ever in the All-Star game, and he played so well that today he was named spokesman for NBC's new public service campaign called Screw It, Who Needs College?
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
Do you worry when you're in the audience at the ESPYs that somebody's going to make fun of you?
Absolutely. But I think athletes, for the most part, have pretty thick skin.
I think so, too,
And but I think it's different, Jimmy. If I make fun of an athlete, at least I've kind of been there. When they get made fun of by, like, a unathletic comedian, it's kind of different.
Right. You know, like I'm trying to think of some examples, but but like someone
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, right. Like a Norm Macdonald, for instance.
Not you. I was not talking about you.
I saw, this was an interesting thing I saw. You know, they have that little scroll that goes under CNN? I'm watching it the other day. Baghdad's getting bombed, right?
Right.
And underneath on the scroll it says, Daniel Kellison to leave the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Isn't that backwards?
You think they should have been covering that in the regular news, and the little crawl should have been Baghdad is bombed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, what about this? What if I always wondered this. You know when you drive from Vegas from Los Angeles to Las Vegas?
Yeah, usually.
And then there's that thing where you hit the Vegas border.
Yeah.
And it's a casino, right? I don't know what that town's called, but as soon as you cross.
It's that town. It's like for people who have such bad gambling problems, they can't wait to get to Las Vegas. I got to pull off now and bet. I can't.
But don't you think it's happened where like a person has flown in from some former country, got to L.A., driven, seen that, figured it was Vegas.
Oh, and just spent like the weekend there?
Yeah, and then came home.
Does it have a rock in the name? It's like something rock or rock
yeah,
something.
Yeah, it is rock something.
Red Rock or...
Little Rock, Arkansas?
Oh my God!
Explain
Daniel.
to me.
Daniel's not exactly Watson over here.
I also want to tell you, I have a bet with Daniel Kellison, a rather large figure.
Daniel Kellison, who put this whole thing together, way over his head.
He says you
did
can.
it.
He says you can explain what the fuck Jash is.
Jash is.
Pay up, fucker.
Jash is a comedy collective, a United Artists, if you will. Uniting myself, Reggie Watts, Michael Cera, and Tim and Eric. And what do? We do whatever we dream up. We shoot it, and it goes on there. We can fail, we can do well. It's total freedom.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
You got me, Norm.
I mean, I've never heard the word collective.
I know, but
Leon
Daniel
Trotsky.
puts buzzwords in my head, and then I just blank.
Last week,
I hope he's alive.
Daniel, we wanted to book Jan Michael Vincent. The guy tells us he's dead. He's not dead at all. he's all clean like you guys.
Miami Vice? No,
Airwolf.
Airwolf. Oh.
And I could not be more excited about this podcast until about 10 minutes ago, because our guest was going to be the great Robert Blake.
Yeah.
And I love Robert Blake, and I always have since I was a little kid, because I watched Beretta, which was my favorite show. And that's probably before your time, Adam
Yes,
Egget.
definitely.
So I said, let's get Robert Blake.
Yeah, it would have been a great guest. He's engaging.
How exciting that's going to be. And we got him on. I got him on the phone only for 5 seconds.
What happened?
Daniel Kellison apparently was on the phone for an hour.
How did that go?
I don't think it went well.
Probably not.
The thing is, Robert Blake was supposed to be on the show, and I was all excited, and then we fucking had to get Fred Stoller.
Yeah.
God damn, it was a depressing day. Because
Yeah.
Robert Blake was supposed to come in, and then Daniel Kellison talks to him on the phone for an hour, and he fucking won't show up.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. We tried to book on this program Robert Blake, who Daniel fucked up. We could have had him.
What happened?
Daniel talked. First of all, Robert Blake doesn't like guys in suits. And Daniel talked to him for an hour.
Hey, we all have that problem.
But I've read your book. This is about your life. So I'm much more familiar with your life.
It's not about Bonnie's life, and it's not about my relationship with Bonnie. I made a deal to come here and talk about anything in the book. I excused you from that deal because I thought you were going to go be cool. Now you're trying to drive it into the ground, and I don't know why.
I'm not trying to drive anything into the ground.
Foolish.
He doesn't like that was.
Oh, I see.
So and then what did Daniel say at the end of the interview?
I'd love to stay and chat, but I got to go have dinner with my wife.
At Vitello.
No, but not as a joke. Like, I don't know if he meant it as that. Like, I don't think he meant.
This is a great story so far.
You ever had a girl in bed that wants you to spit on her face?
No.
That's what someone. Have you ever had that?
No.
Well, someone told me it's the next big thing. It was Daniel Kellison. He's. That his wife likes when his wife demands that
But that's on porno movies.
It might just be in Daniel Kellison's real life, but he says his wife demands that he spit on her face and imagine that she's blowing a big African American.
Norm Macdonald, Canadian. He is very funny, very Jimmy Stewart-like almost in his.
Tall,
like a
blue eyes. He's very handsome.
Yeah,
handsome.
and he's got a really
Married?
nice.
Is he available?
Norm, you have everything. From the outside, you're hilarious. You are a good-looking guy. You're famous. You have beautiful blue eyes. You're Norm Macdonald.
That was an amazing experience watching Russell Brand and Norm Macdonald, because in my opinion, I think you and I are kind of together on this, two of the most beautiful human beings, comedically, aesthetically, just to look at. Like, you just look at Norm, you kind of can't stop looking at him. Like, people go like, hey, Norm, but like, nah, if you look at Norm Macdonald, if I just showed you a photo of Norm Macdonald, you know who he was, and I'm like, oh, this, you don't remember this guy from the Cary Grant movies? You wouldn't go like, no, what? Like, he's gorgeous.
No, but girls like me sometimes.
Yeah, well, you're very twinkly and warm and affable, and you've got an innocence about you. People will love that.
I don't work out. I'm a weak man. You know that, Dennis.
Well, listen, you and I were on the Mount Olympus of weakness.
And not just physically.
No, in every way.
In every single way. So I told the guy that, and he said he couldn't do anything except for the physical part. But I don't know if he was the best trainer anyway. He was smoking a butt the whole time.
No, that's not good.
That's just a joke. He was a big guy. And but I told him, I said, look, I don't want be big like you. You know, I don't want veins. I have no use for that in my arms, you know, or abs. I don't want abs. I don't even know quite what they are. All I know is they were invented around the 80s. And I don't even know what you do when you get them. You know what I mean? Because you got to wear a shirt. You know. You just go to work and go, hey, you want to see these things on my belly? Everybody's like, no. But so I told the guy, I said, I'm here for one reason only. I want to have one hot ass.
Norm, was this, it's a little Paul Newman going on down there, right?
You
No,
were
more
handsome,
like,
Norm.
yeah, you were handsome.
Huh?
What the happened? Anyway, no, I did Weekend
Have
Update.
you seen Paul Newman lately?
You do look better.
Another endless day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all out.
Look at those shoulders. Ah, strong back. You got a beautiful ass. Yeah. No, I wouldn't mind a piece of that. In Washington this week, the Supreme Court is having arguments on whether or not pornography should be banned from the internet. According to veteran court watchers, 8 justices are leading toward a ban, with 1 against. Gee, I wonder which one would be against a ban on pornography. Let me see now. There wouldn't be that one. In a related story, 3 of Hollywood's most powerful men, David Geffen, Steven Spielberg, and Jeffrey Katzenberg, joined forces last week to form their own movie studio. When asked what sort of films we could expect from them, the trio replied, mostly pornos. That's good news.
Deep throat porn legend Harry Reeves.
Yeah,
he died, but how are
You
they
know
going to
who
close
that
that
is?
casket? I mean, probably because of his erection, I would think.
How are they going to close that casket? That isn't very good, is it?
I didn't write that one.
Plus, a man died.
Yeah, a guy died.
If you're looking for your porn star name, have you ever heard of this, where people make up porn star names? They take their childhood pet's name, and then they combine it with the street name. So anyways, mine would be Dick Fuckington. I lived on Fuckington Crescent.
Former porn star Janet Jameson was arrested this weekend after allegedly assaulting someone. This may be the most damaging thing that happened to her image since her 16-year career in pornography. 16.
What do you feel about this?
They call it.
They porn now. They have to wear condoms.
Did they pass that? That was
Yeah.
Because there was a thing.
Only time I ever voted.
That you went out to take it. You didn't want condoms. Right?
Oh no, I wanted condoms. Nothing I like better when I'm whacking off and thinking about AIDS.
Well.
Okay, get ready to laugh.
Why is it so different to find pornography about people in stable monogamous relationships?
Why is it so what?
Different?
Different? Difficult! Damn.
Start all over, and the joke still works.
Michelle Obama has booked a cameo on the ABC show Nashville. With this and her appearance on iCarly, I think Michelle is ready to start appearing in films. May I suggest my favorite film series, Black Ass Fuckers?
What'd you grow up in?
Tarzana.
That's the porn business.
That's
is
the
there.
fucking porn business, man.
Yeah.
His mom cast porn.
Yeah.
Wasn't your dad Edgar Rice Burroughs?
No.
No? I heard that.
No.
No, there is a lot of porn in. We are living in a golden age.
I go, can we just tell people we went into the behind and we don't have to really do it?
The behind.
I'm trying to clean up your fucking show. We're living in a golden age of Adam masturbating to interracial granny porn.
Jen told you that one in confidence. That's fine.
What about this? Porn actor Ron Jeremy is back at work after having open heart surgery. I think this is interesting. The name of his next feature is going to be called "I'm going to have to sit down for most of this." Did you ever meet Ron Jeremy?
No, why would I?
This guy's met him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I met him a few
I could tell.
You got to avoid this guy because Ron Jeremy, he thinks he's funny. He wants to be a funny guy, right?
Yeah.
He's always pitching jokes and sketches.
He's pitching jokes a lot.
In a comedy store with two hookers, and he's waiting for Ron Jeremy to show up.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is 2 days later.
Yeah.
So Saget told me he walked in, he was like completely shocked. He said, "Rodney, how you doing, man? Well, what's going on?" He goes, how are you doing? And Rodney goes, "How am I doing?" He goes, "I'm sitting here with two whores waiting for a guy who can suck his own dick. How you doing?"
This guy sucks his own cock. That's what he tells me.
In confidence.
Okay, let's talk about the military a little, because an important ruling came down last week from federal judge Shira Scheindlin, who said that they could now buy at the PX on the base dirty magazine, if you will. Big military support here. Yeah. It's a big military state.
Some deprived military personnel we can see.
She also included videos in the ruling saying they were also protected by free speech, although the plots were kind of thin. No, anyway, it was called the act that she overturned was called the Military Honor and Decency Act, which for years had banned the selling of this kind of material because they said in that act that they thought it would encourage sexual harassment. When now some people are saying maybe the opposite is true. A quick session with the pet of the month, and maybe that soldier is...
Yeah. You get sleepy. Don't you get sleepy?
What do you mean?
You don't want to rape somebody when you're sleepy.
Why are you sleepy?
Well, after you watch the porno. Listen, I like... Norm, you have a strange metabolism.
Maybe it's those B12 shots you got.
Right. No,
You're in high school.
I like porno as much as the next guy, you know? And I probably like it... I probably like it 100 times as much as the next guy. But although, you know, I have been watching... this is amazing, because porno is my favorite kind of movie to watch. And yet... I've seen some pornos lately that my buddies have shown me. Have you seen these ones with all male casts? Gay pornos, they're called. These things are horrible. And there's thousands of them. They make thousands of them. They have not made one good one. And I'll tell you what the problem with it is. Quite seriously. Yes, sir. Quite seriously, the problem with these gay pornos and every one guys having sex with each other. Who the hell wants to see that? You know?
Maybe you're shopping in the wrong section of the store.
It's not for me.
I wonder if they can't have those in the military base then.
But these,
don't ask, don't tell, don't watch.
Right. That's an interesting question. I don't know if this ruling includes gay material on the base. Do you know?
Well, you know, it's really ironic at a time when they're trying to sensitize the soldiers. They're sending them to training on how to treat women with respect, and now they're stocking the PXs with porno magazines. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it's a mixed message, wouldn't you say?
Why?
Well, because these magazines degrade women. They do.
And I'll say one thing. Why don't you just stand up for this segment? You know, like in the... This is a little warning for people. Playgirl magazine has not got any girls in it.
I give up.
No, please, this hunk is done. But I don't see what you say. But they don't all degrade. You don't think Playboy
Well, I don't
degrades
look
women,
at
do
them.
you?
Obviously, I don't look at
Well,
them.
then how can you speak
I've
with
read
authority
about
if you
it,
don't look
and
at
I have a general idea of what's
Oh,
going on.
have you ever seen? Oh, you.
Yes, I have, but I don't. I don't go out of my way to look for them. No, I don't.
Well, Norm has some material in
Yes,
his,
I'll ask
dressing
Norm
room.
next time. I'll call him and.
He's got
see what he
thousands of
thinks.
videos. But they're all male. You might enjoy that.
No.
And then also what you do is you try to get the pay movies there, you know.
Oh yeah, you ever dial up any of the? You can get like first-run features.
Yeah. I ordered Pulp Fiction. You know that movie?
Oh sure.
It's a gritty urban satire, you know. It said that on the little thing. I wouldn't have known. And so I said, yeah, I'll get Pulp Fiction. I heard great things about that. So I order it, right? Mm-hmm. And they send me a different movie, a movie called by the name of Pump Friction.
I never heard of it.
You never heard of that movie?
No, what is it?
Well, it's different than Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is a gritty urban satire. Pump Friction is a bunch of dudes and ladies having dirty sex.
Whoa!
And, you know...
So there's a mix-up, obviously.
Yeah. And it wasn't a bad movie, you know. It was... Actually, with those dirty movies, I find, like, they're good for about 15, 20 minutes. I'm really interested.
Right.
And then there's one point that all of a sudden I'm bored, you know. I just lose interest completely, and I feel deeply ashamed, you know?
The human mechanism working there. I don't know what that is.
I'll tell you why nobody knows, because people forget a very important thing. The Chinese are a lot smarter than us. So it's hard to criticize. But some things we excel at that they don't. You know, I mean,
one thing they
I have
excel at...
never seen a Chinese guy in a porno. You know what I mean?
Today. The list of kind words goes on, and today we are joined by his friend and former co-star, actor Daryl Hammond. Hi, Daryl. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey there. Good morning. How are you?
Okay. Well, Daryl, you took to Twitter in the wake of this news, writing, "R.I.P. my dazzling friend. There was no one funnier than Norm. Hardest I ever laughed was with him. I will miss you and your friendship." So many people are talking about him and his work in the industry, but you actually knew him personally. So can you tell us just a bit of what it was like being his friend?
Yeah, you didn't think of it like him at the time as like it was like anything special, because he was such a no frills kind of a guy. I mean, he wasn't seeking fame, and he wasn't seeking fortune or power. He just was living his life trying to be funny, and it seemed so unremarkable at the time. You know, it was just Norm being funny and being him, which was thought is formed on the way out, and you just say exactly what you think immediately. And sometimes it lands with favor, and sometimes it doesn't. You know.
Yeah. Take me into one of your biggest belly laughs with Norm.
Yes.
If you can.
I mean, the thing is that I know him. I can think of some professional stuff that was really funny, but you know, personal stuff and people that were in his life probably is some of those stories I shouldn't tell because it involves other famous people. But you know what I mean?
Okay, take me to a professional one then. What was one of your favorite on-camera Norm moments?
Well, my favorite on-camera Norm moment was when he was doing Burt Reynolds, you know, in Celebrity Jeopardy, and refused to answer to that name when Alex Trebek referred to him because he had changed his name to Turd Ferguson. Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay.
Turd Ferguson.
He wore that giant hat.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'll put that up there with my favorite moments ever. Out on stage, on stage at SNL.
Hilarious.
I'll put that up there with the cowbell sketch. It was hard to stand next to him and not just become an audience member. That was sort of the way he was. You didn't want to be in the sketch anymore. You wanted to watch the sketch. You wanted to watch him do his thing.
Yeah, a lot of people having to deal with breaking during that sketch.
Yeah, yeah. He really tried hard not to break. And I just wished I could walk off to the left about 10 or 20 feet and stand there with everyone else on the floor, people standing around. I wanted to join them and just watch Turd Ferguson do his thing.
Oh man. And what was he like? Just coming into set, like just take me into his personality a little bit off camera.
Super low key. He would be over talking to the key grip or talking to the nurses. He was always talking. He was very interested in people, and he was very curious about people and very engaged with everyone from techies and camera operators. Oh, and then Elle McPherson walks by and he says hi to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was utterly himself, and he didn't know how to be other than that.
Sean Connery has set a new Jeopardy record with negative $230,000.
You think you're pretty smart, don't you, Trebek? What with your dago mustache and your greasy hair?
Look, what did I just say about ethnic slurs? And finally, back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Great. Mr. Reynolds, it's still your board.
Yeah, well, why don't you give me 8 tit for 200?
It's not 8 tit. It's a petite never mind.
Yeah, I'll take the condom thing for 8,000.
That's condiments. For 400. This condiment is made from mustard seed. This is the sound a doggy makes. Mr. Connery.
Moo.
No.
Well, that's the sound your mother made last night.
Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You buzzed in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
Mr. Reynolds, what are you doing?
Yeah, I found this backstage. Oversized hat. It's funny.
No, it's not.
Sure it is. It's funny. It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
I see that. Get back to your podium. Yeah, I see it. Go back to your podium. It's not funny. Suck it, Trebek. That's all the time we have. Good night. Would you get that off me?
Daryl, not many people knew about Norm's battle with cancer. Did the news of his death come as a shock to you as well?
Yeah. I was still seeing his name on billboards and stuff and seeing his name online. And I was even talking with him not so very long ago about doing my podcast. And I never really pursued it aggressively because it didn't seem right to have like a friend on the podcast, like someone that you hung out with and knew in a different context.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I would just like to stay friends.
Wow. And it sounds like he was himself to the end. Can you just take me, you mentioned it, but can you take me into a little bit of when you last got to talk to him and just kind of spend some time, even if it was just on the phone?
I think the last time I spoke with him at real length, like you know, the in-depth kind of conversation you would want to have with somebody was after he took over as Colonel Sanders, which was a huge, I mean, it sounds paltry now, but it was a big job. And I loved it. And KFC replaced me with him. And so the interesting part about him was he should have been on this big victory lap.
Yeah.
Incredibly great job. And he was going on the air and talking to people like that the KFC should have replaced me because I was the best one. I mean, he was more concerned. You can't fake that. Like concern for your brother or, you know, more than yourself. You can't fake that stuff. He was saying that to them, and everyone was like, yeah, I got to take the job. It's a great job. But he was better. And, you know.
Wow.
Right? Like, he's like,
that's great.
Yeah, it's like, I kind of feel bad about it because he's much better at this than me. And none of this makes any sense to me at all. And the truth is, he was a great Colonel Sanders, you know. And as I knew he would be, he was really fun to watch.
Well, it sounds like any character he stepped into, he owned it.
He was bringing the electricity, yeah.
Howdy, folks. It's me, Colonel Sanders. I've been going for a while, and boy, howdy, have things changed. Nowadays, you got your International Space Station, your double-sided tape, your cargo pants. You seen these pants? That's too many pockets. But what you don't always seem to have these days is my Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, I'm here to change that, folks. I'm here to make sure my chicken's still as tasty and delicious as it ever was. I'm Colonel Sanders. And I'm back, America. I'm back, America! It's still finger-licking good.
Here are some slides for my research trip down to Nashville. Now, here I am at the airport. Here I am trying classic Nashville hot chicken with its spicy, smoky flavor. Here I am thinking, man, this would be great with my crispy, hand-prepared chicken. Here I am writing down the recipe. And here I am with KFC's new Nashville hot chicken. Straight from Nashville for a limited time only. It's finger-licking good.
Norm has a CD. It's called Norm Macdonald. Ridiculous. It's coming out September 12th. It's a comedy CD, of course. And you got some famous people, a.k.a. friends of yours, to do some bits on there with you. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Some of my friends did it. So it was
Will
fun.
Ferrell, correct?
Yeah, the great Will Ferrell was in it. He was kind enough to do it.
Molly Shannon?
Yes, the great Molly Shannon was in it. She was kind enough. Some of this will be repetitious.
Is Tim Meadows great, or is he superb?
Tim Meadows is a real talent.
You got John Lovitz on there?
Yeah.
You ever see that guy play softball, by the way? Speaking of baseball and hats, you ever see him hit the ball?
I've seen him do stand-up. He tried starting stand-up when he was 50.
Really? What about those Subway commercials? That's kind of...
Yeah, it's great. He got a catchphrase for the first time in 18 years.
And what's the catchphrase?
Eat fresh.
Oh, eat fresh. And he gets to wear a bathrobe on TV.
Yeah.
I buy Subway sandwiches.
No, he's a really funny guy. He's hysterical.
How long...
up here? Yeah, no, I listened to that show, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What did you play tennis with John Lovitz? What is that?
No, I played tennis with John Lovitz. Goes every day to the Beverly Wilshire and well, it's an expensive Beverly Hills hotel. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, the guy there, the coach, is Alex Almeida, who's a Peruvian tennis player from old, and he's very good. He played, he beat Ron Laver 3 times.
Right.
And so he's 60 or whatever, but a Peruvian 60.
Does that mean he's a young 60 or
yeah,
an old 60?
Handsome.
He's a young 60.
Yes, sexy.
Peruvian 60, I like that.
Yeah, Peruvian 60. So you could still imagine him with a lady. Right. You know what I mean? Like my father when he was 60, it would be hard to imagine.
Yeah.
But a Peruvian, you can imagine. You can easily imagine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because my father, he doesn't know. He'd get you a Casio watch to a lady. That would be his thing. But these guys, they're more champagne on your spine, my darling. It's a whole different thing. Anyways, so it has nothing to do with his way with the ladies, the story. But John Lovitz got lessons from him every single day at this hotel.
Yeah.
So then he told me that he was really good at tennis.
So I was like, I could beat you.
You just assume you can beat John Lovitz in anything, right?
Yeah. Because I played tennis 4 times.
Yeah.
I figured that's about what it would take to beat John Lovitz. So I said, yeah, I'll play it, you know. And he goes, you'll never beat me. I play everybody. What are you talking about? I go, no, I'll play anything you want. So I go to the place, and I'm in my jeans and a leather jacket. I don't have clothes for tennis. I only played 4 times. So I get there, and they give me a club and everything, and a tennis racket. And I know, clearly, I'm going to beat John Lovitz. So we start playing, and, you know, I just keep tinking them over a little bit, you know, the little backspin, you know, near the net, whatever that shot's called. So Lovitz lumbers over, you know, and he can never get to it, you know. And so I just beat him like 6-0 in the first set. So he starts thinking I'm doing something illegal by tinking it over the net.
The backspin backhand or whatever? Yeah.
He's never seen this. He thinks you're supposed to hit it to him.
Oh.
So he starts complaining because he's like, I play Alex and I can beat him. He's talking about beating Alex Almeida, the pro, the tennis
60-year-old Peruvian. Yeah.
He thinks. So I said, well, what? He goes, I beat him. I play him every day. You know. And I go, well, Lovitz, this, you know, a tennis pro is one of their big skills is they hit the ball so it will land on your racket.
Right.
You know. So wherever you're standing, the ball is right there. You know.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's not true. You know. Then he was convinced that I could beat Alex Almeida. He said, you've never seen anything like this, Alex. He tinks it over the net. So, this is Lovitz. So then I played, and then he wanted to really win, you know, and he kept playing me, and I said, oh, God. So one day I was like, he was just getting so angry and everything, so I let him win 1 game.
Yeah.
And then he quit. He retired.
On top.
Yeah, calling himself the champ.
Like John Elway.
Yeah, exactly. He won 1 game. He goes, doesn't matter. So whoever won last, that's what they do in boxing. And I was saying, well, boxing, they do have to defend them, but whatever.
That's funny.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. Still in line.
What happened the time you and Norm Macdonald played tennis? There's a story that he showed up in a leather jacket and jeans.
Yeah, I know. I know. He tells that story, and I don't know why he's so into it.
Oh, it's a funny visual. It's a funny visual. Him dressed like that.
What he left out is that we're playing, and he you know, I play all the time. He never plays, right? But he can get the ball, but he dinks it back, and he has no rhythm. Anyway, when someone just like floats every ball, if you're not used to it, you can't get any rhythm, and it's just hard to, you know, play. So he won, but what he left out was after every point, he'd leave the court for like a minute and brag to his assistant about how, look what just happened. Then he'd come back 1 point, he'd leave again. I go, Norm, do you want to play? And he just kept leaving. It was very frustrating, and so he won. So then I said to my coach, I go, how do you beat a guy like that? It's so frustrating. The ball's just, and my teacher's guy, Alex Almeida, who's you're into sports, look him up. He was a champion college player, Wimbledon champion, Rod Laver, Emerson, who won Wimbledon. He's in the Hall of Fame from Peru. Great guy. So he said, just step in and take it early. And I go, could you beat someone like that? He goes, are you kidding? I'd kill him. I go, all right, fine. So then we played again, and then I just, you know, I creamed him and I beat him. So also, I wasn't trying as hard the first set because he was, you know, he's not as good, so I'm just taking it easy. But then he
was wearing jeans and a leather jacket.
Well, he beat you 6-0 the first time, didn't he?
6-0?
No, he wasn't wearing. I don't remember what he was wearing. He didn't beat me 6-0. He's full of crap.
That's what he told him.
So then we played again, and then I beat him quite easily. And he goes, let's play again. I said, no, I don't play you again. Because when I knew he'd want to play after I beat him, the last time we played, I beat him, and that's that.
Give us a good league
but
of
he cheats. He cheats, and he's not fun to play with.
Of course.
So he tells this story, you know.
Right. Give us a good league of their own story. Lovitz! Just back off for a second.
Hey, he's being
Give
Lovitz. This is what Lovitz does.
I know.
man.
This is what he does. Him and Norm, both of them. Give us a good League of Their Own story.
Hey, probably my favorite thing about you, and I told you I saw your show in Vancouver. I pretty much paid the ticket, however much it was, to hear you say the phrase "on account of." That is, like, to me, the funniest thing.
On account of?
On account of.
Well, it's kind of Canadian phrase, I think.
Did that just strike you as funny, or did you ever analyze that? There's something about that that's just hilarious. I paid $50 to hear you say that live.
On account of?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up, Shad. My father was old when he had me.
Yeah.
And he was 50, a little older than 50. And then I grew up in rural Canada, very barren soil, and everybody was old except me and my brothers. So everybody was like 50. All my dad's friends were 50. So I grew up with all the old guys, and so I took on a lot of their phrases and stuff like that. So sometimes, like my dad, I remember my dad would say, "She's no hell," and it was such a weird phrase to me, but that meant she's nothing special. You know, she's not that pretty.
Okay.
She's no hell. But you'd think it would be she's no heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I'd learn phrases like that.
And fans also love your fearlessness on stage.
On account of what?
On account of you going on, talk shows. Even Conan O'Brien has talked about how you're unpredictable. He never knows what you're going to do.
I got a lot in my neighborhood. I go to this diner. I eat at the same diner all the time. Right. So I went there, and there was a homeless bum outside there. So the guy says to me, he says, "Can I have some money?" They're always looking for money.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I don't like to give them money on account of, then I don't have the money.
Yeah.
And
You'd like to have some money.
Sure.
Why not?
I think that Bob should join the Ku Klux Klan. And that's not because he's racist. He's not racist. It's just that he'd look a lot better with a hood over his head on account of his face. So then you're watching, you go, well, I don't give a fuck on account I never knew Janice in the first place. Matter of fact, I'm kind of happy it's Janice and not somebody I know. As a police chief, I go, listen, I want every shallow grave in the vicinity checked out. I want to clear out this case by Tuesday on account of I'm running for DA or whatever. And my friend was like, oh, there's nothing shameful about sex. But I was like, of course there is. On account of, like, think about what you do before sex. You know what I mean? Like, you put the phone off the hook and everything like that. You make sure the kids aren't around, whatever, You pull the blinds down, right? What's that? That's shame?
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But I still try.
You got to be careful with that LSD on account of you can get a flashback. 10 years can go by, 20 years, 30 years, and a flashback will happen. So I thought, hey, that seems like a good deal. Listen, Germany, here's the deal. You don't get to be a country no more on account of you keep attacking the world.
There was an interesting list of the 50 worst TV decisions in history, according to Rolling Stone. And it's a long list of different things, like actors not taking roles, like Fox passing up The Sopranos. They could have had The Sopranos, and they said, it's never going to take off. And then, of course, HBO did it. It's the biggest show in TV history. But there's one specifically that stands out. And it's when Norm Macdonald was fired from Saturday Night Live. Rest in peace, Norm. He was the greatest. He was there he used to do the anchor desk, and he was telling O.J. Simpson jokes right when it happened. So this audio is from right when the O.J. trial, the O.J. stuff happened with the Bronco, all that thing, just after the trial. Now, the NBC executive Don Ohlmeyer was O.J.'s buddy, and he was the biggest boss at NBC. So Norm Macdonald got fired for Saturday Night Live.
I don't want in any way you ever to hold back on this.
But then I got fired. People have said it was the Ohlmeyer OJ thing, but I don't think it was. I think that it wasn't crowd-pleasing enough.
That is so ridiculous. You work on a show that's about pop culture and current events.
And humor.
And you're going to be mad about that? How? It was obviously a pretty big story.
Yeah.
But do you want him to avoid it? He didn't like dive in the trenches for that one.
Yeah, well, when you hear Norm's jokes, I mean,
I
listen,
can't wait.
Oh, I remembered the first one. There's 3 jokes he doubled down in about OJ right when it happened. And that I'm guessing it's the second and third joke that really made the guy go nuts because it's his buddy.
Really sunk the knife in.
Put him in. I love Norm Macdonald so much. And if you forgot, of course, never heard it before. I think a lot of people probably never heard this before. This was right after the OJ trial, Norm Macdonald.
In his book, O.J. Simpson says that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck when the one guy who would have died for you kills you. It was revealed this week that defense lawyer Johnny Cochran once abused his first wife. In his defense, Cochran said, "Hey, at least I didn't kill her like some people I know." Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat."
How could you be mad at him for that?
Oh, God.
My favorite.
Oh,
you know what my
geez.
favorite Norm Macdonald moment is, though?
Oh.
When he was on The View, and he just kept going off about how the Clintons have, like, murdered people,
Yeah.
and they were mad at him, and he goes, but isn't that just a fact? He was actually confused the whole time. He goes, well, isn't that just public information? Like, that's enough.
He just doubled down. He would not let it go.
But then we should come back with that on
Yeah,
you.
I'll find that for you.
Okay, it's my favorite.
And didn't they just kill everybody though? They do that. Hey, amazing, and it's Pride and Kenzie. So I just played. We were talking about the 50 worst TV decisions in history that Rolling Stone had an article about. Talked about, the Fox passing up The Sopranos and Norm Macdonald getting fired from Saturday Night Live for telling OJ jokes, and we played those jokes, which were hilarious. Norm Macdonald,
Phenomenal.
what a loss. And again, now Kenzie brought up the time when Norm Macdonald was on The View.
This is my favorite.
And he talked
Norm
about
Macdonald
the
moment.
Clintons murdering people. And The View, of all places, they don't want that at all. Whatever cast of The View it was at that time. 'cause this is
It made me so happy. They were so
uncomfortable.
concerned.
Uncomfortable.
Yes.
And Norm Macdonald, when he made people uncomfortable, he just doubled down and kept going. And here's that audio. Again, more old audio from the late Norm Macdonald. I hate to say that because he was so good. And here's that audio from The View with Norm Macdonald.
See, I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Oh.
Who's the murderers? Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Yeah, you're not supposed to put out no accusations without.
That's a little too far.
That's the way it doesn't work.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Yeah.
This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice, okay? Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No. Listen, we don't need
I
to
don't
talk
want to get
about
into this.
that.
And
So they moved on. They're ready to move on. It's Barbara Walters, by the way. And the woman that's still on The View, I can't remember her
That
name.
was so rude. Like, be a good boy. That was. I would have wanted to punch her in the face. It was the
Oh.
most demeaning
Yeah.
thing to ever say to somebody. Anyways, go ahead.
And once he said that, of course, Norm doesn't care about The View.
I was
So
like, okay,
he just
yeah, right.
doubles down.
Listen, we don't need
I
to
don't want
talk
to get
about
into this,
that.
and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on to it. Get with it.
There you go.
This is a live show.
Not for nothing, Norm, but you have been properly chastised by Barbara, so I'm not going to ask the next question.
I thought it was a matter of record.
Look, let me do this, okay?
They're covering his mouth
I'll tell you
now.
what's a matter of record. You will not be invited back if you don't shut up. All right, now.
Like he cares.
Let's talk football.
All right, manslaughter.
Let's talk football.
Norm.
He would not stop.
I thought that was known. He goes, did you not hear about that? To the members of The View, I would cry. Oh my God, it was my favorite.
So good.
It's so good.
Case, can you post that, by the way, Case? Can you put that up on
Well,
Facebook?
Case already has it up, of course.
Case has a lot to do back there, the producer, but
Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything else right now. I can
tell.
post a news clip from 25 years ago.
you do the one. So we need the OJ jokes.
We want to get people talking.
We need the OJ jokes. Like, I thought we just go like, okay, then manslaughter. Hey, they didn't kill anybody. Manslaughter, then, right? It wasn't murder.
Could you make a compilation of all of Norm's best moments? And just put them up really fast.
I mean, there might be a tribute when he sadly passed that you may already have done, so maybe it could save you some work. I don't know.
No, I didn't. When Norm died, I made a tribute, and then you didn't put it on the air.